Abuse Camo Rating! A World of Tanks video by Dangerously Incompetent. I'm driving the T-67, USA's Tier 5 tank destroyer, on the Sand River in a Tier 6 battle. Now for the first part of this battle, you'll see me abuse the camo rating of the T-67, which is one of the things it's good at. You'll see me sit just about here, in the desert, in the open, on the top of a sand dune, within direct line of sight of lots of enemies and shooting away and never being seen. And that's what I mean by abusing the camo rating system. And even with all this abusing going on, I'm not 100% confident I'm not going to be seen, so you'll see I've positioned myself for a quick getaway. As soon as I think I've been seen, or I think there's a good chance the enemy will have seen me, or I see someone's turret turning to look at me, or shells land around me, or my sixth sense goes off, I'm going to just hit the forward button and I'm going to drive forward down the back of this dune, which will get me out of line of sight so the enemy will not be able to shoot me, even if they do spot me. Ha! He's gone. Now, to abuse your camouflage system, camouflage rating, you really need to understand the camouflage system. I mean, if you watch this video and going, oh, this is a good spot, and you come here in a medium or a heavy, you're going to get seen as soon as you shoot, because the medium and the heavies lose all of their camouflage rating as soon as they shoot, whereas a tank destroyer only loses about half of it, if I remember rightly. So even after I've just shot, I still have a good chunk of camouflage because I got so much to begin with, which enables me to sit here and shoot and not be seen. And even if you think, well, okay, I'm not going to do it in a medium or heavy, I'll do it in a T-67, just like you, Dangerously. If it's a brand new T-67 with a 50% or 75% crew, you're probably going to get seen and shot as soon as you shoot, because there are several things that are not evident, or not immediately evident, and not evident from the battle interface. Firstly, I'm stationary, so I got my full camouflage rating. Secondly, I went using a camouflage net, and you can see it's highlighted in green, which means I've been stationary for over 10 seconds or so, whatever, and I'm getting full benefit of my camouflage net. So that's upping my rating even more. Now, things you can't see, my crew is at 100%, so I'm getting 100% of my camo rating. If my crew was 75%, I'd only get 75% of my camo rating. So doing this in a brand new crew, especially like a 50% crew, is a bit iffy. The other thing you can't see is my crew has the camouflage skill. They all have the camouflage skill, and they all have it at 100%, and that really helps your camo rating. And that's what tips it over the edge into the position that I can sit here stationary and shoot and not be seen. Even that struve that came up really rather close to me and I was shooting, you saw me start driving off. Well, that's because I thought there's a pretty good chance he's seen me. But as I carried on, my sixth sense didn't go off, so it's apparent that he didn't see me, so I can just reverse straight back into where I was and start shooting again. So that, in a nutshell, is how I'm abusing the camouflage rating to make the most of this position. There's yet another thing you have to consider that isn't to do with camouflage really, is that I'm relying on other people spotting for me. Not that struve was close enough for me to see, but those guys that are hiding over in G1 that I've shot at a bit, I didn't spot them. There's other people that spotted them. Who said he? What was he in? Panzer 38 NA, I didn't spot him. He's outside my green circle, the spotting range. My spotting range, so I never saw him. So that's what you need to abuse that position. In real life, you'd never get away with it. In the open, on the top of a dune, shooting away with enemies that close, yeah, I'd totally be seen, totally be shot, and ugh. But because I know the camouflage system and the spotting system, I knew there was a good chance I could do it. I wasn't 100% certain. Now, to understand the camouflage rating and the rest of the spotting system is something you really need to do to be good at World of Tanks, because you can't apply just real world logic, because it doesn't really work. Real world logic would have stated that I'd have been seen and blown up, but no, didn't happen. Sitting in that position. So I'll include a link in the description to World of Tanks wiki, where they explain all this sort of thing, and I suggest you go and read it, especially if you're a newbie, and even if you've played the World of Tanks for quite a bit. There's lots of things to consider, and they're not apparent in game, and even if you go around watching lots of videos, they change it every so often. So I thoroughly recommend you go and read it. It's not a riveting read by any measure, and you need to have some experience of World of Tanks before it all makes sense. Well, with the initial abuse of the camouflage system, and then a bit of spotting, and then a bit of forward shooting, and we're winning. We're winning comfortably on numbers, and people are capping. Oh, come on. There's just 2 of them left. We could kill them for more, but well. Never mind. It's still a win. Oof. Didn't even get to finish off the stug.